Okay, so now the fourth practice of perfection is the perfection of intercessive perseverance, or called joyous effort. Mhm. The heart of enduring on the path. So in the Lama Chöpa it said, even if I must remain for an eon, oh sorry, even if I must remain for an oceans of eon in the fairy hells of Avicii, for the sake of even just one sentient being, I seek your blessing to complete the perfection of joyous effort, to strive with compassion for supreme enlightenment and not be discouraged. Mm. So it's talking about having that much courageous heart. In another way is the heart of bodhicitta. So when you have heart of bodhicitta, then in the work of service of sentient being, you always have joy and you always have strength to endure how difficult it may be, how many numbers of time that you need to repeat, and how many years or how many lives that you need to you need to be there for, Um, mm, mm, yeah, so once you reach up to the Arya Bodhisattva's level, then there are many cases that Bodhisattvas, given come to a position that there's I'll say there's a karmic infinite beings suffering in the hell realm, and there's a choice whether they should just stay focused on the path and simply attain enlightenment, or reincarnate into hell realm, for the sake of helping that one sentient being, and they rather choose to reincarnate in the hell realm to help even for that one sentient being. So like that. So you can see that from many great realized masters, even though they are enlightened, even though they achieve Arya Bodhisattva's level, but then they keep coming back into the ordinary world for the benefit of us, for the benefit of sentient beings. So these are the the force of joyous effort, being in the service of sentient beings. Even ordinary Bodhisattva carries that kind of courage. Even ordinary people who meet Maya and Dharma and who understand the value of bodhicitta, even before entering into the path, they may carry that kind of that kind of enthusiastic perseverance, like that. So now, for beginner level, then at least for the benefit of our mother, for the benefit of those loved ones that who directly within our reachable environment, and when they are in the needs of our service, when they are in the needs of our care, and the generosity of material gift, time, even physically being in the service, and all those should take as some joyful opportunity. Should take as a training on the practice of six perfection, joyous perseverance, and that opportunities are by the kindness of this individual. family member. Being in that position is in fact in a disguise. The guru in a disguise in that position. Buddhas and Bodhisattvas in the disguise. Merit filled in the disguise in that position for us to create merit. Not just at an ordinary responsibility because of I'm the family member. I have no choice. I need to care for them. Not like that. Rather feel privilege. And when you have the joyous perseverance, then the expression in our action, of our physical action, our verbal speech in relating to these vulnerable people could be one's own elderly mother, elderly father, grandfather, grandmother, can be someone even younger age but who are dependent, incapable. Then your speech going to be so gentle, so kind, and your physical gesture would be always so pleasant. Otherwise, when there's a danger of get tired, get frustrated, and they express some sense of tiredness, unpleasantness. And for the sick people, for all people, when you see that the carer is not happy, they feel very, very emotionally already they're very weak, physically weak, and yet someone try to assist them also look unhappy, and that's torturing. That's very hurtful. They have no other choice. They need to depend on you to help, but you don't look happy. And sometimes even we yell at them, we show tantrums. Many do that. You don't do that, but many do that. So someone who met the Mayanic teaching, who met the Bodhisattva's, the path, like such as the teaching on bodhicitta, then this kind of mindfulness is utmost, important to have in our heart. So the benefit, ultimate benefit, is you are the one who is receiving the benefit of focusing on the Bodhisattva's path, which is leading closer to enlightenment, your own freedom, that you see. So that's why they are absolutely your gurus and your Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are disguised in the, as someone depending on your service, your help, like that. So it's such a beautiful practice, really, really beautiful practice. Now, that also should apply to yourself. You are one of the sentient beings, and your wisdom is not, not that person, it's two separate phenomena. So you learn the wisdom of Dharma. Now you use that wisdom to take care of that one sentient being, and that's yourself. When you are emotionally going into trouble, physically going into trouble, environmentally going into trouble, then be patient, be kind, be gentle. We should take care of ourselves with so much gentleness, so much of kindness, so much of understanding, through the eyes of compassion, so that we don't be too harsh on ourselves. Again, you may not be in that position, but many people out there, they are so harsh on themselves. They have the expectations on you beyond capability of your physical strength, mental strength, emotional strength, environmental strength, and that is really torturing. You see, so even that also we have to keep in our mind, especially when all of us not going younger, all of us each day getting older, and that is natural. So now we need to apply this joyous effort to get old joyfully, to get old joyfully, and whenever sickness comes in our way, joyfully take care of ourselves with the mindfulness of understanding the relative truth about life. There's a lot of acceptance rather than why me, how come this on me, and there's even danger of doubting about Dharma, doubting about merit. I create so much merit in life, why I need to suffer? Because teaching says suffering only is a result of negative karma. So if we understand that level of dharma, then we have to even, have the wisdom to see beyond these lifetimes, our karma. Then, you apply, the practice of purifications, through the heart of acceptance of that relative truth, and be strong, be courageous. There's also ultimate truth, Your relative truth is actually not a truth. It's a truth to the relative truth, but not ultimate truth. There's only one truth, which is ultimate truth. Yeah. So the conventional truth is truth to the conventional existence, but not to the ultimate. So therefore, you place your refuge in your ultimate truth, ultimate being, not this relative truth. If relative or the conventional life is going, ups and down, you have to look through the eyes of compassion and be gentle. It's okay. Yes, I understand. Yes, I know you get sick. Yes, I know you're getting old. Yes, I know today the white hair is more than yesterday. The wrinkle is more than yesterday. I know it's okay. That's not fully of you. That doesn't define, whole of your existence, that just defined within this very short period of human lifetime only. Your existence is infinite. You see, is beyond just this life, You see, and that ultimate being is all pervasive. You see, so don't feel small, don't feel depressed, like that kind of thing, So then, how to say it? You get old wisely, get sick wisely. Even death comes in your way. Die. Best is die happily, with so much of joy that my new body is waiting. New car, new vehicle is in the what do you call, in the not the workshop. No, sorry, showroom. Yeah, not in the workshop. It's already prepared. Yeah. So maybe the old car need to send to workshop. So anyway, so like that, So these are all mind training, mind training. All the dharma sum up in the mind training. If that helps for the training of the mind, and the mind get trained, then become dharma. Dharma means the tools to fix the mind, to fix the mind that which don't know how to think properly, how to think beneficially, how to think wisely. So dharma means tool to fix that, So in Tibetan, very beautiful che. Normally they say che, but actually the actual meaning is called che, means fix the thinking that which don't know how to think properly, like that. So you see, so we don't have to wait until until that we have the courage of that. Okay, I can born into evic hell, to benefit sentient being. No, right now, benefit yourself, benefit your family members and friends and your pets, whoever comes in your way. So this is how how to take on to a practical level, So therefore, like, so there's a Isole Dalai Lama in the past, often mentioned, there's so many visitors comes to him, and the most of visitors, ask him to give a blessing that which can quickly get him enlightened, him enlightened. Then his honest immediately feel discouraged. He says he's finding a quick path, quick way. There's no such quick way. Feel not so stable in the path. But he said occasionally, he even give an example of that one Tibetan came all the way from Tibet and managed to see him and say, can you give me a blessing that even if I need to strive enlightenment for the benefit of sentient beings for countless numbers of years, he said he feels so encouraged by this person's wish. ask him to bless that he can able to manage the path for 3 countless eons of time, if it takes that much time. So asking some blessing for that. That this person, I think, can go a long way, like that kind of thing. So joyous perseverance. When you have joyous perseverance, that doesn't matter. You don't count the time. You don't count the number. You're ever present in present, each present moment of each existent present moments, fully, wholeheartedly in the service of sentient being, whatever situation it may be. When a happy time, you're also so happy to serve. When something goes wrong, also you're still motivated, be in the service of sentient being, So this is how the Bodhisattva's way of training, it takes place like that. So we cannot be like the stock market, roller coaster. When happy, then oh bodhicitta, all sentient being. When unhappy, you don't even want to talk to your husband, your wife, your children. You're depressed. So we have to be very stable, like that, very stable, and that very much through the earlier practices, as well as particularly this joyous effort. As long as life is meaningful, being in the service of sentient being, and that's the joy. Whatever circumstances there may be, but that's the joy, because your meaning of life is fulfilled. So this is the understanding like that. So then in the 37th practice, verse 28, it says, seeing even heroes and solitary realizers who accomplish only their own good, strive as if to put out a fire on their head. For the sake of all beings, make enthusiastic effort, the source of all good qualities. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. So here, given an example, even among the practitioners who's on the path, this is talking about the practitioner of the Hinayana path, who follow the heroes and solitary realizers, striving for self-liberation, the nirvana peace. Even for that one individual, their own benefit, they will not get distracted, sidetracked, staying focused to achieve that. As if there's no, if to put out of a fire on their head, even the fire, your head is on fire, they have no time to get distracted to put out. So now, if your meaning of life is so beneficial for the rest of the numberless sentient beings, all the way up to the ultimate benefit of enlightenment, then it's very much understanding there's no room to get distracted. Anything, even the suffering is not a distraction. Even the death is not a distraction, and how abundance of material success there may be also shouldn't be distraction, and definitely there shouldn't be a distraction of self-cherishing attitude, because that's the major obstacle to be in the full kind of like enthusiastic service of sentient beings. So talking about like that. So there are 3 kind of joyous effort. So the first one is armor-like effort. Armor means any suffering comes in one's way, any obstacle comes in one way, you will never discourage from the joy being in the service. Even in you being in the service of your children, your partner or your friends, but then they take advantage of you, and they instead of gratitude, they rather turn back and express dissatisfactions and accusations. Even such things happen, that your joy in helping them, joy in working for the benefit of these beings, will never decrease. This is called the armor-like, effort. So we need armor-like effort, like you read the 8 verses of thought transformation, one of the verse that, even the most, dear one, they turn back uh, um, they turn back with the unjust, you regard them as your guru. In the training of bodhicitta, you see them as your guru, to tame your mind, to improve your compassion, to develop the 6 paramita, like such as patient and joyous effort, etc. So it sounds hard, but even trying a fraction of this practice, it is really heartwarming. It is really liberating. You start to enjoy freedom of, you know, freedom from any emotional crisis, especially in relation to this human mind. Human mind always carries some kind of expectations, and of course, if you do something good, it's been natural. You never want someone to treat you bad. You treat good to somebody, isn't it? But the human realm is also not like that. There are many people you treat good, they treat you bad, you know, and in that kind of samsaric world, and these practices are really, uh, supreme method. Is is really valuable method, so like that. So so then in relation to yourself, even though you practice dharma so much, you try to develop great compassion, bodhicitta, try to do so many retreats, try to do receive so many teachings, etc., etc. But then still, the negative emotions are still lively in your system, and you kind of losing your patience towards yourself. You kind of say, where I'm going. I did so many retreats, but it's not anything is getting better. And we say, brother, I give up. And that is because of there's no armor like effort is there. So we, even for our own, progress on the path, this armor like effort, armor like, what you call it? Yeah, the joyous effort is need as a protection. That's why I call armor. We need to wear that protection, like that, And even though the teaching says that the more you make generosity, the more abundance you achieve. But then sometimes, yes, the more you do generosity, definitely more abundance you will achieve. But from past lifetime, that we already carry abundance of karma or miserliness, and that is keep ripening, and abundance is not happening in your way, and you say, what's happened with that, or you even start to doubt Buddha's teaching, then there's if there's no armor protection to our mind with a broad understanding, like such as like an effort of an understanding discriminative wisdom, understanding many dharma, in all different teachings, then that kind of time we get confused. How come? Buddha makes such a statement. I practice for 10 years. I'm still poor. How come? They say, oh, bring happiness to other, you will bring so much of happiness, but bring happiness to other, everybody is like giving problem to me. Yeah, people experience like that, because that is ripening of the major karma is happening. It doesn't mean the whatever meritorious karma that you did is wasted. No, it is still there. But weighing it, that is still so little compared to the other side of the karma, So yeah, so we can translate into like that. See, sometimes even you work for a guru. There are many people who dedicate whole life to the guru, but then you never even get chance to talk to the guru. You never even have any acknowledgement from the guru, and sometimes you say, okay, how much I do, it's like kind of no worth, and people give up. Again, that also because you don't have the armor, or patience or armor, like a effort. You see, Mhm. In the 9 attitude of Guru devotion, in the work of Guru, that even you need to, You need to be like a sweeper. You need to be like the boat, carrying, go come and forth. You say that you will do that with diligently, with so much joy, so much of gratitude, etc., etc. So all these practices, if you have the armor like effort, then you can do that. Otherwise, after one trip, you know, even the boat you will destroy. It's not working. So like that. Mm. Mm. So then the second one is the uh, joyful effort in virtuous conduct. So this is the joyful effort in gathering virtues. So through understanding the benefit of the virtue, how karma works, and now any virtues accumulation, even it can be just protecting one life of insect, or just refraining from saying one lie, or etc. etc. Uh, uh, no, it is advantage, then you feel happy to engage in that, and uh, happy to get in purification by understanding the consequences of negative karma. So like such as like practice of purification practice, Vajrasattva practices. Uh, some people say uh, after taking Vajrasattva initiation, then they say 21 times of Vajrasattva mantra a day. You say you freak out. I thought initiation is good enough. I need to do so much work. So, but then if we know karma well about the karma and how powerful the purification and how beneficial it is, I mean, you will say, one time only? No, I want to do more. So, then 3 months of Vajrasattva retreat, it says, unbelievable karma purifying. The 3 months, how to get 3 months off from my work, my responsibility, and then 3 months to stay away from the beach. Go away from Blue Mountain, that's too much. So anyway, but then if we really live in the practice of six paramita, then wow, 3 months. Even though you're going to stop working, you're going to spend your money, and you need to travel to some place and very much like lock up in the retreat hut, and you are so excited. Wow, I have this commitment to go for 3 months retreat. So much because you understand the benefit, the advantages. So that's where the joyous effort comes in. That's called the gathering. So much joy in gathering virtues. Just an example like that, and so much joy in studying Dharma. Meditating on Dharma. So much joy in doing puja. So much joy in reciting mantras. Blah blah blah. So much joy in creating courses for higher rebirth. So much joy in creating courses for liberation. So much joy in creating courses for full enlightenment, for the benefit of all sentient beings, because of joyous effort. So much needed, isn't it? Yeah, you see, yeah. So then the third one is effort for the welfare of sentient beings. So now effort working for the welfare of sentient beings. So that's as mentioned before. Even if we start with serving this one sentient being yourself, protecting yourself from the intrusions of negative emotions, from the intrusions of committing negative karma, causes of future sufferings, etc. Then being joyful, being in the service of your family members when they need, being service of your friends and the humanity and all the sentient beings. So this is like that. So there are also 5 kind of efforts also. Armor-like effort, as mentioned before, then effort in action, effort in action, not just joy in the heart, but you really bring into action, delivering the benefit Then another one is the effort free of discouragement. Effort free of discouragement. You never get discouraged. When you work for Dharma, when you work for sentient beings, never get discouraged. Then irreversible effort. No, if once you aspire to travel on the Bodhisattva's path, then never get degenerated. And this effort is so important until you achieve the first, what's it, so on the up to the fourth level of path of operation, we call the supreme dharma. And until you achieve that, there's a danger of reversing. Even you already develop bodhicitta, you already become bodhisattva, already enter into the path, but then if you meet teachers that come from the Hinayana path, say, what are you doing here? You cannot even help yourself. You try to work for all sentient beings. It's nonsense. Then you say, oh yeah, it sounds real. I give up. This is because of not having the effort, the irresistible effort. Or when you practice in Buddhism and suddenly you happen to mix with non-Buddhist friends, you say, why you work for your karma? Just let the gods handle. You say you're wasting your time. They say just have fun. The God will take care of you. So I said, yeah, so Buddhism is quite tiring. Everything is about my action. No one is out there. So rather just like give the responsibility to somebody. Go for swimming. Go for party. That also can like an example like that. And sometimes or there's a puja happening in the center. Then suddenly you go to call and say, we have a nice barbecue party. Oh, barbecue party, puja, oh, boring, barbecue party. You should go barbecue party. Because of not having this effort, irresistible effort. Barbecue, once you choose barbecue party over Thara Puja, you understood where you are in. So this is just one example. So just have to take on to our realistic world. Many times happens, you see. Yeah, I mean, for this 2 days period, I can understand everybody have this effort. Because I already told you, in such a moody weather, you have all the choice to stay back home. And I was told that actually you can book the session, but you can use Zoom to watch. You don't have to be here. But you put so much effort to be here. So I salute for this effort. So it is available. So no doubt that we need this kind of effort to travel on the Bodhisattva path until achieving Buddhahood, accumulate 3 countless years merit, etc. Serving sentient being, not easy. And serving sentient being who already meet Dharma, even more difficult. And serving people who are long time in Dharma, even more difficult. I have a reason for that. More difficult. So therefore, if people are in the service of taking care of others and facilitating, Dharma environment, creating, volunteering to take care of Dharma events and practitioners. We need to understand this. Due to the clashing of energy, when someone who before meeting Dharma and after meeting Dharma, that transition, first time meeting the Dharma, during the transition clashes to energy, So right after meeting Dharma, not necessarily, wow, everything is wow, not necessary. You know, sometimes you feel lonely, sometimes you feel alien, like sometimes you feel like, where am I? Confused. You know, sometimes you feel there's a emotion kind of like bursting, and like certain thing which you cannot even answer why I have this kind of imbalanced emotions. It's just expressions of the two energies clashing. And in that kind of time, the facilitators, carers, has know this and have to take care of them very gently. You know, that's why the newcomers into Dharma, extra care needed. Then after that is okay. After that is settled. Now you inspired by Bodhisattva's path, and now you want to take Bodhisattva vow. The moment you take Bodhisattva vow, clash again. That earlier ordinary, positive but ordinary energy, now this extraordinary energy clashing. And sometimes uh, people go through, you know, internally and also express externally conflicts. Then you meet Tantra, another big conflict. You see, then if you happen to do a wonderful retreat, very powerful, but the clashes, you know, can manifest into our emotion. Well, I'm doing retreat. I was so happy before, but after doing retreat, that's not I expect, you know, because it's going through clash. So as long as you manage to handle that transition by your own wisdom, by the environment, then once the transition is over, then it's amazing realizations on the way, like that, you see. So yeah. Um, so then the lay person now want to be a sangha. So much of you know, like amazing how to say, motivations to be sangha, because you know you understand the value. After become sangha, not all the sanghas are like so pacified, you know, so amazing, you know. And also you as a sangha, you feel wow. That again, there's a huge clashes happen. And sometimes when you go to monastery, you will be shocked sometimes. Oh, they are monk, but they are nun. But how come? It's like they behave worse than people who don't practice Dharma. Sometimes you may see that in the younger kids. Sometimes you may see that even the older, you know, older age, but they are new sanghas. You know, you see, even in sangha, there are many levels of progress. Each time you take the vows, the clashes always happen. It's just because of clashes of energy. It doesn't mean that you're getting worse. It doesn't mean all the practices didn't help, you know. So when we know that, like, you know, it's so important, like monastery abbots, monastery disciplinars, the all different level of teachers. If you know that, then you take care of, you know, the sanghas with much skillful way, and that's how you lead, you know. So in an ordinary environment, in like lay environment, then like in Dharma center, like the directors, the SPCs, you know, the committees and the volunteers, and the senior students, you know, to understand this, then you take care of the people, of why people behave like that. You know, you understand they're going through transition, and you have to kind of extra care. So otherwise, they themselves, they don't have mature to have this armor, that they give up. So they think something is went wrong. You know, people give up. You know, even many sangha they give up. Many monks they give up monks' robes. Many lamas give up their lamas' robes. You know, many ordinary give up their part on the dharma. You see, so that's why we say we need sangha refuge. Even in the conventional level, we need the sangha community. You know, sangha doesn't mean just a monk, you know, practitioners community who understand this, then who take care of each other, like that, so much, like that, you see. So when we go into monastery, when we go into Dharma center, when we see that there are a lot of troubles, this is the understanding we need. This is what is happening. Sometimes we find outside where there's no Dharma so peaceful, but go into Dharma center, oh no, there's so much of ups and downs, so much of conflicts. So what's going on? Because that's the place where people come and improve themselves, and the clashes happen now and then. You know, that's why how the gurus handle students with so much of patience, so much of gentleness, because they understand what's happening like that. You see, so it's not a something kind of intentedly want to be wild, want to mess up things. People come to Dharma Center to improve themselves. Why they come to mess up things? They have many places to mess up things. Why need to go into that small one place to go and mess up your life, isn't it? It doesn't, logically, it doesn't work that way. There must be some very subtle reason. So this is what I understand like that. So anyway, I'm sidetracked. So then the fifth one is effort that is never contented. Usually, we talk about contentment, but in gathering virtue, never contented. Doing retreat, never be contented. Helping sentient being, never be contented. They say, oh, I reached 3 third world country to help. Then now I've done my part. Not like that. In the practice of the Bodhisattva's way, then helping sentient being, then no retirement. If you are teacher, Dharma teacher, no retirement. The more the older you get, the more you should work. The Sangha, no retirement. Practitioner, no retirement. Serving in the Dharma Center, no retirement. Our real retirement is like always working for the benefit of sentient being. So the age is not the thing, or disability is not the thing. The power of the mind. As long as you have the will power of bodhicitta, you're always young. Okay, do you agree? Yeah. We are always young. So okay, now the perfections of meditative concentration or meditative stabilization, so something like that. In Lama Zopa, it says, having abandoned the faults of dullness, agitation, and mental wandering, I seek your blessing to complete the perfections of meditative concentration through the samadhi of single-pointed placement upon the nature of reality, which is that all things are void of true existence. So this one in Lama Zopa is the meditative stabilization directly using the object of meditation as emptiness. And its objective is to achieve special insight, not just serenity, not just one-pointed concentration, but to achieve, called it special insight. It's the language of Lamrim, meaning that you realize, through using the emptiness wisdom as the object of your meditation, make yourself possible to achieve two goals together. One is the concentration, another one is the direct realization on the emptiness of direct realization on the emptiness. So here, where from the beginning, when we train in concentration, even though in the Mahayanic Sutra talks about 5 faults and 8 antidotes, and the applications of the 8 antidotes to overcome the 5 faults, also with the help of 6 forces and 4 attentions, help of 6 forces and 4 attentions. So if you read in the Lamrim, the Serenity chapter, it's all are there. So today, not much time to go through detail. So the points are, there are 5 faults and 8 antidotes to overcome that. 5 faults such like laziness or distraction. Antidotes like faith, mindfulness, introspection, etc., like that. Then 6 forces, mental kind of like what you call the alertness in when you apply the antidote, when to apply, what kind of strength of element of the antidote has to be applied, etc., etc. Then for attentions, observing the quality of the progress and the applications of the antidote to the faults, etc. So okay, so don't go into this. So if you summarize from all the faults, summarize into two faults: laxity and excitement, or dullness or distraction. So dullness is like a losing concentration due to sleepness. Sleep is due to foggy mind. Mm? Uh, uh, like that. Then the distraction is scattering mind. So the dullness is more towards ignorant. Excitement is more towards attachment. Mm. So from the very beginning, when we gather this conducive environment to train in effective meditation, especially concentration, then uh, uh, the environment that is free from distractions of attachment, both within and without, is one of very important two major criteria. Uh, 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 Less attachment to many, doing many things, having many things, from many activities, so that you can have a less distraction from the object side to draw the mind. Then the second one is the less attachment. Even though not about the attachment in relation to gathering of objects, etc., but even in the heart, the sense of having renunciation, the quality of renounced mind, which is opposite of the attachment, etc. So then that's the way that you can have a more focused state of mind. So anyway, dullness and excitement. So these two are the main obstacle. Then even though 8 antidotes, but the 8 antidotes can summarize into two: mindfulness and introspection. So this two is the main antidote to bring success in the actualizing serenity or single point concentration. Then so here in the text it said dullness, agitation, and mental wandering. So here pointed out 3. This very much can understand in relation to achieving for serenity, for concentration, for shamatha. The 3 thing has to be three objective has to be achieved from the very beginning, from a small to the great. The 3 objectives. By overcoming these 3 kind of obstacles, the dullness, agitations, and mental wandering, the 3 objectives are the clarity, the vivid clarity of the chosen object that where you want to train concentration. Then the second one is the so even though here put the second one, but actually if you talk about the third one in this line, mental wandering, you need the objective of one-pointed focus, not just having clear, vivid clarity on the chosen object, but you also need to have the one-pointed settledness of your mind onto the object. 2 qualities. Third one is the lacking free of the agitation, which means blissful. In the language of the shamatha training is called plancy, physical and mental plancy or something like that. It's talking about mental, physical relaxedness, physical relaxation, like settledness, and mental peacefulness. So from the very first day, when you train, you need to have some little taste of these three things occurring uh, uh, by overcoming the three obstacles, uh, by overcoming the obstacles of dullness. Now, before meditation, now after while meditating, the object that you have chosen, like let's say Buddha's eye, you see, clear, vivid clarity. The first image that Buddha's eye open, like seeing open like that, vivid clarity. Now the second one is one-pointedness to the established object, whatever the vivid clarity you have saw in the first seeing. Now you have a one-pointedness. If Buddha's eye start to blink, if you see Buddha's is like doing like that, and then you fail. Even though you think Buddha is so happy you're doing meditation, and now Buddha want to talk to you, Buddha expressing, oh, okay, I want to talk to you, like that. So even Buddha smiling is a distraction. That means your mind wander. Unlikely than any other meditation. In other meditation, when you meditate on Buddha's eye and appear entire Buddha's face, is wonderful. If first Buddha was serious, but then after meditation, you start to see Buddha smiling, is wonderful. But for concentration, no. You have to fix the one object, whatever it may be. And that has to have a complete clarity. Again, one thing has to remember is clarity also meaning is defining the quality of the object of serenity, object of shamatha, object of concentration. Here, talking about you need the mental picture, not a picture that you see from the object. You need to have a mental picture. So you see Buddha, of course, through the tools of your eye, but when you have a vivid clarity, is to the mental picture, not the picture out there that you just have seen. So that mental picture, whatever snapshot you taken, that's it. No less, no more. And one-pointedness, stabilizing your mind. By doing these two, by establishing these two qualities there, the result is physical and mental cleansing, physical relaxation, and mental joy. Initially, you may feel a little bit, but they say this has to happen, whether your meditation is really doing correctly. You try to do such meditation and physically you feel pain, something went wrong. You feel stress, more stress, then something went wrong, you see. And mentally you become more agitated, then meditation went wrong. So the result out of each time you're training, it can be just 1 minute, whatever amount of meditation you do, in order for you to gradually able to progress until you achieve the 9 level of shamatha. This has to happen from the very beginning. So this, so like that. Then gradually, the more the one-pointedness you can do, the more the bliss you experience, mental and physical balancing you increases. Then if you achieve even around the 8th level, is already like completely, even the subtle obstacles are completely, gross obstacles are already normal. Even the subtles are also not completely achieve the cessation, but it's not in your system. So very much your mind and body is always bliss, always in relaxation, always in comfortableness. Not just ordinary relaxation. It's like you feel lightness. in the body. Mentally, literally, you feel, joy that which you cannot even catch where the joy is coming from. It's like this bliss like that. Then come to a point that when you achieve it on 9 levels like that, then the physical body, the lightness is so light, it's kind of like a state of purification of all the toxins in the body. The lightness even expressed in actual physical plotting. That's why in the shamatha you draw there the monk flying, because of the toxics of the body is very much cleansed, and the strength of the concentration, you come to a point that you can float yourself, you can fly. So that's the reason after 9 that there's monk flying, means it is represent that, then complete absorption. Even you are talking, but it's still you manage to stay absorption. Is a complete mental bliss. Never need to get out of that blissful state mentally. So talking about like that. So now in the Lamrim, as Lama Tsongkhapa suggested, first you train through, for a very beginner, I would say, who's not up to kind of like understanding the importance of certain, I would say, special insight, or not so familiar with the wisdom of emptiness, then just to make your mind serviceable, just to cleanse your body and mind, and in order to achieve higher and higher wisdom, like clairvoyance. Each level you increase from the shamatha, you develop more and more clairvoyance, like such as remembering everything you do in your since your childhood, and everything that up to the end of this life, and knowing clearly 1 lifetime before, 2 lifetime before, 100 lifetime before, or future plus, etc., etc. So then it is a very, very powerful. The mind becomes so powerful, that so serviceable, that until that you have the clarity of knowledge of many past lifetime, etc., etc. So now, for the beginner, it says it's easier to use the meditation object, that which is already pre-existent, without need to take a snapshot from outside. Say the breathing is already with us, and we are naturally breathe unless we are dead. Naturally breathing in and out. So just a natural breathe, using that awareness of natural breathe in and out is the easiest. And in Lamrim give a suggestion that first you try to develop vivid clarity, concentration for 22 minutes. So there may be some reason why 22. So I think there are some analysis in the debate that amount of 22 actually serve a great amount of time to bring changes, to bring transformations. So even in the concentration training, so it suggests 22. Then after that, not far, 30 minutes. Then after that, quite far, 1 hour. Then 2 hours, then 3 hours. So if you manage to have the quality of vivid clarity and one-pointedness to your breathing for 3 hours, then only understood that you have the foundation to go and to develop shamatha. You see, otherwise, like from very beginning, without that preparation, go to shamatha, then there's a story. So there's one monk went to do a shamatha retreat without all this preparation, on the top of the cliff, remote. But then down there, down there, there's a nomad shepherd, bring a lot of sheep. So then the sheep always make meh meh, that's very loud, can hear very far. So he tried to concentrate, but this meh meh is so disturbing. So he was so annoyed, so angry. He went to find a big rock and throw down from the cliff to, to chase away the shepherd and the sheep. So that's a complete disaster of the retreater. So anyway, so if you're not fully prepared, then become like that. So we need to prepare, So sometimes you just hear, just roughly. So you say, go and train shamatha. 6 months you can achieve shamatha. Then quickly go and run and find a cave. So then sometimes tiger may come in the Himalayas, big cat, monkeys, or plenty of monkeys. Oh, the monkey, won't let you have a peace of mind, So if you prepare this preparatory, then even monkey jumping on the roof of your retreat hut, it doesn't matter. Maybe if tiger come also, maybe tiger would not dare to eat you, So otherwise get into trouble. So anyway, it says like that. You see, so is it from? So now there are many people, don't have so much time to retreat, isn't it? And so do long retreat, especially to train shamatha like that. So, but then that shouldn't be obstacle for us to start training it. So and it may not be full day session. Even those go to a retreat, they don't do full day session. They do maybe 4 or 5 sessions, and each session is about 2 hours. And after you take break. So that the only thing is now we need to take a longer break. Let's say if you have a working life, family, busy life, then at least the first thing morning when you wake up, set up a bodhicitta motivation. Then after that, then if you have only 5 minutes, then 5 minutes. Try to utilize your mindfulness and introspection, and have a let's say the use as our breathing. Then what you call have the 3 objective: clarity, focus, and blindly. Then the mindfulness, hold the object. Introspection, watch from the intrusions of the forms, laziness, distraction, etc. We may fail many times. Maybe even 1 minute may not able to stay in that quality. Fine. Do again, do tomorrow, do another day. Just do every day. And that every day maybe may take many years, but then you may come to at least ready with the foundation. That about 3 hours I can do it. And then you can find 6 months of like time to go to some hermitage or wherever, or stay in your house, wherever. Then full discipline, to achieve these 9 stages of shamatha. So we too have that opportunity to start somewhere. But if you wait for something else to happen, everything all conducive, is not possible. So you see, so this is also something for practical level. And every morning, or the morning is the best time. It's most quiet, especially if someone who like to get up early, which is so wonderful, very healthy. Then if you want to practice that way, then you schedule your when to go to bed a bit early, which is so healthy. Then also there's some foods, not to eat too heavy food. Certain food, it bring dullness, heaviness. So you can also start to like prepare some kind of menu for yourself, which suits to your body and to your mind. Then you schedule, at least for 1 minute or 5 minutes, which is not asking too much, but it can be so beneficial. I mean, the immediate benefit, even after 1 or 2 rounds, or even just few minutes, you have such a peaceful kind of like inner state of yourself. Like you become so strong that you're not easily can be disturbed by others' actions. When you go to work, when you go outside, like yeah, things are chaos, but then you still stay very composed. Then to your own emotion, that your emotions are like very much like kind of more settled, uh, not aggressive in us. So it's such a beautiful way, such a beneficial way to help ourselves, like that. And the main thing, as someone who already introduced to Lamrim, who is already introduced to Paramita Sutra and introduced to this shamatha kind of teaching, then yeah, we should have some kind of uh, goal to achieve that. Jabja Lama Sogon Rinpoche and other gurus, even to us, and say, if you really want to benefit sentient being effectively, develop shamatha. If you really want to bring effective benefit, because shamatha will help us to develop a clairvoyance, to even to know one person's mind, that you can able to, I mean, of course, people will be disturbed, but at least for you, with the bodhicitta heart, if you know one person's mind clearly, the mental disposition, karmic disposition, so you can help timely and accordingly what suits to the people, isn't it? Like that. So then the most powerful Dharma, the essence is the emptiness. So emptiness, the utilizations of the most forceful way of wisdom and emptiness is by the tools of special insight. Means you need the most serviceable mind, which is shamatha mind. Then use this wisdom of emptiness. Then that's where the Bodhisattva, Aya Bodhisattva's progress on the 10 bhumis. There's no other way. Just having wisdom is not good enough. Or just having shamatha also not good enough. But shamatha, the main purpose in the uncommon path of the Buddhism, because shamatha is common path, Buddhist and non-Buddhist. So uncommon path in Buddhism, shamatha is ultimately to achieve special insight. And especially to the Mahayanic practice in relation to sixth perfection, is definitely to actualize altruistic special insight. Means there's also element, the motivations of bodhicitta. Serviceable mind is shamatha. Wisdom is emptiness. Then how powerful negation it may be, even it can be obscurational defilement that can able to overcome. There's no other way. So, and some more for Tantra, this is even more than ever needed. For daily yoga practice, the special insight is one of most important tools. It's regarded as a common preliminary practice for Tantra. In a loose language, we generally understood as a three principal aspect of path is a common preliminary to success in the practice of Tantra. Without understanding, without certain experience in renunciation, bodhicitta, emptiness, they say even how powerful Tantra is, it doesn't make much difference. You see, but when it comes to emptiness, it's actually talking about a special insight, not just a wisdom of emptiness. Special insight, and the special insight qualified by the mind of shamatha, and using emptiness as a meditation to overcome the negations like that. Okay, so yeah. Then verse the 37 practice of Bodhisattva, verse 29 says, understanding the disturbing emotions are destroyed by special insight with the karma writing, cultivate concentration with surpasses the four formless absorption. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. So the formless and desire realm. So the formless, there are four stages which were also defined by concentration, and that concentration is a limited one. So here, the serenity or the shamatha or from the sixth paramita, number fifth is talking about something beyond the concentrations of formless absorption. So it has a different purpose. It has a greater purpose, greater benefit, like that. The concentration within the form realm, still whatever neutral karma or virtuous karma you commit is still cause of samsara. But any action committed through the special insight and through the serenity of shamatha, then it creates the causes for liberation and enlightenment. Okay. So then there are three types of concentration. Concentration for gaining physical and mental pleasure or mental fluency, which even ordinary concentration can able to bring that. Then the second one is the concentration for gaining higher qualities. It's talking about clairvoyance, etc. Then concentration for welfare of other sentient beings. If you have the quality of concentration, then as I mentioned before, I have mentioned what Lama Subramanian said, all the gurus have said, that if you really want to benefit sentient being, then actualize, serenity or concentration, Okay, now the number 6, the wisdom. From Lama Chopa, it says, I seek your blessing to complete the perfection of wisdom through the space-like yoga of a single-minded placement upon ultimate truth, conjoined with the tranquility and great bliss induced by the discriminating wisdom analyzing suchness. So then from the 37 practice of Bodhisattva says, since the 5 perfection without wisdom cannot bring perfect enlightenment, along with the skillful means, the earlier 5 perfection practice, cultivate the wisdom, number 6, which does not conceive the 3 spheres as real. This is the practice of Bodhisattva. So in relation to, as mentioned at the beginning, when you practice the 6 paramita, from the very beginning, every paramita have the element of all the 6 paramitas. The way to do that is, whenever you actualize or whenever you initiate any of the practice of 6 paramita, whether it can be generosity or whatever, there need to be the element of the 3 spheres of emptiness. In all the three times, in initial time, motivation, actually action or dedication, or at least in the dedication, to be dedicated in the understanding of emptiness. So this is what it's talking about. So now the practice of emptiness, like what it says here in the Lama Chöpa, that I seek your blessing to perfect samadhi on illusion by realizing how all outer and inner phenomena lag through existence, but still it appears like a mirage, a dream, or moon image on the still lake. So this is talking about the practice of illusional-like or dream-like practice, which is emptiness practice during the busy time, during the pause absorption meditation. Then the second one, from the same text, samsara and nirvana lack even an atom of true existence, while cause and effect and dependent arisings are infallible. I seek your blessing to discern the import of the Nagarjuna's thought, that these two are complementary and not contradictory. Okay, so okay, there's one another. So there's one another verse. Or I think I jumped you. Okay, so there's a 2 verse actually talking about. And the second one is the emptiness meditation, emptiness practice during the meditative session, which is called the absorption meditation. So now the essence is like this. During post meditation, during all our senses are engaging with its object, through eye senses to the mental senses, or in relation to all experiences, everything to see as an illusion alike. It's not saying all of them are illusion or dream. You say, see them as an illusion alike, dream like. When I see you, I should relate to you in my understanding, in the practice of emptiness. I see illusion alike venerable. I see illusioner like people, and seeing by illusioner like me. Tree passes, see, I saw a tree, the illusioner like tree. Everything, what you think, what you see, what you feel, what you interpret, everything is all illusioner like. And if you want to get into more deeper understanding, you say all these things exist but do not exist the way how it appears to be, like a dream. It exists as if it appeared to be, but it's not there. You see, dreams, some are nightmare, and it is so real. But then you investigate, it's not there, it's not real. So there's no inherent existence at all from its own side. There's no inherently existent anything exists from its own side. There's no substantial existence at all, no true existence, no no independent existence at all. Everything is interdependent existence. Everything exists, in your mind, in the language of your mind, by labeling of the mind. You see, nothing at all from its own side, isn't it? But everything appear to be exists from its own side. As if there's a substance out there that defining it is existing out there. But if you go to search, there's nothing out there. Like such as a person like me, not whole of the aggregates is me, not one of the aggregates is me, yeah, not even the mental aggregates is me, you see, and not definitely I'm not out there in the elements. There's so many quotations, there's no time to do that, but there's called the 4-point analysis. First you establish the negation. Then second is to establish whether it exists within or within the second. Then whether it exists without. Then sorry. With, without, with one, with whole, and without. So like that, Then there are also the 7 kind of, the charat, using the example by Chandrakirti, Nagarjuna, etc. So then there are other like 4-point analysis, not exist from self, not exist from other, not exist by both, not exist neither. So there are few these main tools that you can find in Lamrim, you can find in philosophy teachings, all the Nagarjuna's teachings, you can find that. You see, so in short, for practical level, day-to-day life, we need to exercise in these 2 manner: illusional light and space-like mind emptiness meditation. So the second one is called the space-like mind emptiness meditation. So even saying mind has a meaning that, you see. So the space-like mind emptiness meditation is that result of analytical observation onto self and phenomena, and including to the mind or the wisdom that realizing emptiness, also analyzing that wisdom, whether that wisdom exists from his own side or not, and finding that wisdom too lacking of inherent existence, and you found that nothing exists at all from his own side, and that complete state of that voidness settling in it is natural. No conversation, no thoughts, no interpretation, just completely settling in it is natural state of the finding of it is ultimate, natural existence, which is void of existence at all from its own side. 1 second, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 1 hour, how long you want to go. That is the absorption kind of meditation. And that is the direct cause of realizing first conceptual realization on emptiness. By training again and again, that conceptual realization of emptiness will lead to realize direct realization of emptiness. That direct realization of emptiness will cause direct actualization of the Dharmakaya, of the omniscient one. See, not the illusion, not the illusional like emptiness meditation can able to directly cause direct realization of emptiness. Not will cause that actualizing like that, the Dharmakaya. You see, so you need to get to absorption. But the absorption state of meditation, you need to rely on the illusional, like, the post meditation, which is very much analytical observation of meditation, like that. Okay, so illusion, illusional like means see everything, translate everything as illusion, illusional like. Then whenever you find quiet time, then do absorption state of meditation. So yeah, I have to stop here because